Way to start just cussing out the crowd. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Can I Just Say One Thing podcast. My name is Demi.
And I am Jess.
Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. We are drinking wine, and it's not the evening.
No, it's not. Ooh. Ooh.
Dang.
That was good.
That's what Mondays off sound like.
So I was telling Demi, well, let me take it. It's bad luck not to take a drink.
Mm-hmm.
I have this bottle of wine I've had since 2014.
Love it.
And
it's vintage.
It's so vintage. And I was like, shoot, like, should I bring this one over? I've been holding on to it because I paid a little bit more for it, I think. And if it's over $12, I'm like, oh my God, it's so expensive. And, and on the back of the bottle, I was like looking at it a little bit, and it just says share, period.
So
I was like,
I thought, okay, now that I'm seeing that message, I thought when you said that, that someone wrote that.
oh, no, it's the bottle itself is telling me to
wants us to share
this wine.
We have a guest on air with us today. Her name is Scarlett.
Yep.
She is a 12-pound King Charles Cavalier.
I don't know dogs. I don't know dog breeds.
King St. James Charles. I think I'm talking about LeBron James.
I don't know. She looks like is it a Shih Tzu kind of
Spaniel.
Dog? Spaniel. Yeah, Cocker Spaniel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's cute.
She's cute and sleepy.
Yeah. So Demi and I, in our fashion, have been talking for an hour without recording, just for funsies, though.
You guys, we haven't seen each other since Friday, so
and it's Monday.
What would you do in our situation?
Talk for an hour before we start recording, obviously.
Yeah, so gosh.
But we've had a great weekend. Demi found her venue for her wedding.
Yeah.
Woohoo! I'm pretty much engaged now myself.
Yeah, let's tell that story.
Not at all.
Take it away.
So I was talking with my boyfriend Shiloh. You guys have heard that name a million times. I don't even know. I think we were talking about it because we were talking about you guys and how you guys had found your venue or whatever, and it was Saturday. And I don't know how it came up, but I was like, we can get married like on our 15-year anniversary or something like that. He's like, yeah, okay. He's like, let's shake on it. He initiated the shake on it.
Yeah, so he agreed, and you're engaged. So congratulations to you, to Jess and Shiloh, forever in 5 years.
Forever in 5 years. Almost 6.
I'm saying 5. I'm going to round up or down, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the year of our tenure. So, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So stupid. I'm like, it's not going to happen.
No, I will make sure that it happens.
So I was telling my mom about it because I thought with Shiloh there and we were laughing about it. And my sister wasn't there and she texted me later. She's like, well, I better be invited to your wedding. And Shiloh's like, don't worry, we're getting married in a drive-thru in Vegas.
Okay, your mom is serious.
Yeah. Well, she was like, I think making.
Oh, she was. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
I thought she was like, they're finally doing it.
I think part of her is hoping that we finally do it.
Oh.
Yeah, she already calls him her son-in-law.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That picture of you and your mom was so funny.
My mom.
Yeah, where she's like so little.
My mom's not even 5'2". And I'm 5'6".
Little baby girl.
And I look nothing like my mother.
Your face does.
Thank you.
Your face does.
Thanks. Yeah. But I really don't look. I mean, like, for the most part, like, people, my whole life, never thought my mom was my mother.
We already caught up.
I know. That's the thing. We already caught up.
We caught up about our own lives that we don't talk about on air.
We need secrets.
Secrets are important.
But I feel like what?
We should talk about who you cast as everyone.
You guys.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Delia, listen up.
Let us also reiterate, this book is amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. We are reading Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Also, this queen of an author has been commenting on our Instagram.
NBFD, okay? Right. But it is.
It's such a big deal.
It's a big
I'm
FD.
so excited, yeah. And, I mean, like, truly, hopefully, we're doing it enough justice.
I mean, we're obsessed with it, so...
Yeah, exactly. So, real quick, I have cast some people to play the parts for all the characters. I only have a couple so far. So, right now, Chase is the one I'm most excited about.
Yeah, you nailed it.
His name is Robbie Amell. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I've seen him in things, but
Pictures.
I don't know.
We will post pictures. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna give you something that he's on. He was in the Flash series. I don't know. He was in The Duff with.
Oh, is he the main character?
He's like, the best friend or whatever.
Not peeing, just aerating my wine. Sorry.
I love that. That's hilarious.
Sorry.
So in the book, isn't Tate is described? Chase. Chase is described with dark hair.
Mm-hmm. And like blue eyes. Yeah.
This guy has dark hair and blue eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also looks like a jock.
So jockey.
Totally. You guys, I don't like Chase, okay?
We'll get into it.
Okay. But, so yeah, he was in The Duff. He was in a few other things that millennials will probably know a little bit more, I would think.
Right.
Cheaper by the dozen, I guess. I don't know why. Oh, he was in How I Met Your Mother. Did you ever see How I Met Your Mother?
I never watched that show.
Okay, I loved that show. I've seen it like through like probably 6 or 7 times.
Oh.
Yeah, like as much as I've watched The Office through.
What?
And so he played a character, Scooby, who dated one of the characters for a time. He was like the doting boyfriend or whatever. Like the one like he was like a dog. Like, he was, like, a dependable dog. They would even, like, throw stuff, and he'd go catch it and bring it back.
Oh, my God.
So it was just, like, a funny little... He was only in
But he's also pretty hot, so, like...
He's a very good-looking man. He is... How old is he? Let's see. 30 years old. Yeah. Okay. I would say, like, a perfect age for Chase. Tate, I was thinking... I said Logan Lerman at first, but then I thought of somebody else.
You put Chris Pratt.
Oh, that's right. As younger Chris Pratt when he was on the CW in one of his shows. God,
he was on the CW?
I think that's why he looked like that. So he had curly blonde hair.
Oh my God, that makes so much sense.
If he looked like Chris Pratt, if Chris Pratt was like 15 years younger, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
It would be perfect. I was thinking potentially Dakota Fanning if she dyed her hair black or like dark because I think she's a great actor, but also Saoirse Ronan, who I'm obsessed with. I love her so much.
She kills everything that she's in.
Every part she's ever been in.
I know. Like, she might not be, like, she is beautiful. I'm not saying she's ugly. Mm-hmm. I don't think she's, like, that, like, wild beauty. Yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be, like, a wild girl.
Like, Dakota Johnson?
Dakota Fanning.
Fanning!
Yeah.
I think we can still find someone better for her.
This is how crazy I am. Like, I was at work Googling, like I did with Books Past, Googling people in their 20-somethings or in their early 30s. Yep. And then I went on IMDb and, like, literally was looking through the most popular list. They have, like, a link you can click on to see who's trending in, like, as stars right now. And it takes you from, like, who's number 1 trending to who's, like, 5 millionth.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, like, it's anybody who's ever been in a movie. But anyway, so this book is great. Also, before we go too far, I went and got my hair done by my girl, whose name is Liz.
Hi, Liz.
And she was, like, talking up our podcast to some of her coworkers there. She's like, I listen every single week.
Oh, my God. Yes. Thank you, Liz.
Cute. Yeah, it's super cute.
That's so sweet.
Also, she's a hairstylist and model. So you can follow her on Instagram. I'm going to plug her for her modeling.
Yeah.
It's Eliza.
Can she be in our movie?
Actually, that would be cool. It's Eliza.Rose_1. Anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Okay. Fine.
Fine. You guys, okay.
What'd we leave off?
I just don't like Chase.
So we left off on
what was the last thing?
Chapter 14? No. Yes?
No. Chapter 26.
What year is it?
What time?
What day is it? That's what I meant. 26. Yeah, take it. It's all yours.
Well, I'm trying to recap. That's why we paused.
Oh.
We paused for like 40 minutes. Started chatting.
I mean, what would you do?
It was to pause to find out where we left off last.
Which was, we started there.
Mm-hmm. Still don't know.
Well, it was her and Chase were like starting to date, and
yes.
Chase made a move on Kaya, and she was like, I'm not ready, and he was respectful of that. And so then they start getting to know each other more, and he's coming over all the time. Like they're dating. They're boyfriend, girlfriend, except Chase never brings her around, which I think at first she's like cool with because
she's like a little recluse, which get it. I get it. She's been made fun of. She hears people talk about her all the time. It's scary.
So when we were just talking, when we were paused, we were saying how Chase only wanted to have sex with her.
Right.
And I think initially that was true. And then he saw how cool and smart and different she was than all the other girls. And he was down. And I don't think he stuck around just to sleep with her after that.
Yeah, exactly. Until later.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. So right now it says... in the last chapter, Tate wants to rush over and, like, apologize to her. Wants to tell her that he messed up, right? Isn't that?
And this is, like, 5 years later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long stretch of time.
Also, real quick, I forgot. I have a little note here on my computer. Because when we were talking last week, we said that she saw Chase on the beach. Like, when she was, like, 15, 16 years old. No, she was, like, 19 at the time that she saw Chase on the beach, and they locked eyes. Because at this point, Tate had already gone away for a few... It's, like, 1 year, and then another, and then she's on the beach, and she sees all the friends.
Right. You're so right.
Yeah, so that's just a little correction. Because she was probably 19-ish. But anyway. Again, we'll be talking about Tate, Chase, and Kaya the most.
Right.
Chase is the new boyfriend.
The haughty sports ball player.
Tate is the one that went away to college and left without a word.
Yeah, said he was going to come back on 4th of July, is a no-show.
Did not show up.
Such a dick. So rude.
Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
I really did not expect that from Tate.
Yeah.
Didn't see it coming.
I didn't either. I didn't... just, like, I mean, again, like I said last time, like, I understand why he didn't want to, like, be in a relationship because he wants to, like, further himself. But like you said last year, like, he could have sent her a letter.
Exactly.
You know, like, at least something. So I
taught this chick how to read. Well.
Yep. So when we end last time, Chase and Kaya still have not had sex. So we're going into...
Should we go there?
1966.
Yep.
Chapter 27. And Chase is talking to Kaya about marriage.
Oh my God. So weird. This conversation was so strange to me. They're like sitting around at her house.
Yep.
And he obviously wasn't drunk. And he was just like,
coffee and
yeah,
tea.
He was like, when I do this, I'm going to build you a house and we're going to live together and we're going to get married.
We're
and
going to have a wraparound veranda.
Yeah. When we have kids, and it's just like, what? She's never said that that's what she wants, and she's never put that pressure.
But in her mind, it shows that she's, like, excited about it. Like, she wants somebody to call her family. Like, her whole thing is, like, she really wants somebody to call her own.
Yes.
And so it says, like, Kaya could barely breathe. He wanted her in his life, not just a hint, but something like a proposal. She would belong to someone, be a part of family. She sat straighter in her chair when she heard him talking about all this.
Yeah.
Which is, like, it's
heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking because, like, all she cares about... We don't even really know if she really even, like, loves him necessarily. Like,
she doesn't.
Yeah, there's definitely, like, some sexual things going on. Like, she feels a connection in that way.
Have they gone on their trip yet?
No.
Not at this point. Okay.
So,
yeah, so he's sitting there and chatting her up. And you know what? I think also, I feel like he's doing this, too, because he's like, this is what girls like to hear. So I'm just going to keep saying these things.
I mean...
And they're empty.
I was told these things at a young age. I mean, she's, like, supposed to be 19-ish or whatever, or maybe 20 at this point. But at, like, 16 years old, I was told stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like, oh, when we get married and blah, 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 blah.
But that's your background, too.
Totally. Well...
Isn't it?
No, because it wasn't with the religion necessarily.
Oh.
It was just the
you
ex-boyfriend I have. No, I left when I was
That's
like,
right.
8.
That's right.
But I remember when I was a senior in high school, I'd already, like, broken up with the boyfriend I had, and then we got back together before he went away to the Navy. And I wrote a letter. So, like, they wanted us to write a letter to ourselves, and then she would send it in 5 years to us, to the address that we put on there.
Oh, wow.
Never got the letter, but I remember what it said, and I was, like, telling myself, like, oh, you should marry this guy. You'll be so happy with him. And, like, fast forward 10 years, 11 years later, I'm like,
no.
what? But I wish I would have gotten that letter now, like, I wish I would have gone at 5 years, because then it would have been like a diary entry. And I would have been able...
Yeah.
But I do know I said, like, oh, marry this guy, have babies with him. I don't even want kids now. Like, it's just crazy.
Oh my God, that is beyond.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I even said, like, oh, he's a good guy. Not that he's not a good guy. I'm sure he probably is on some level. He just... Ugh, it's just so funny. Like, the things that adolescents convince themselves of. You guys?
We're not even drunk. Like, I just have to say that. Like, disclaimer. We're not even close. Jess is crying.
Oh my God, that was so funny. So after we recorded...
I thought you were, like, going to tell me a secret.
We're planning on going to one of my favorite beer spots after we record, and I was going to invite a friend to go with us, but instead of texting that friend, I texted Demi. And she responded, okay, sounds good. Like, as I'm sitting in front of her. It's so funny. Okay, back to the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
This great book that we're reading.
It's seriously so great. Oh, by the way, I posted on our Instagram stories the other day that I was at the store trying to find the book, because the local store,
Is it, have you heard of it?
Target?
Target.
Does anybody know about Target? Or is it
Target.
just West Coasters?
I think, yeah, most likely just in
Like California?
Sacramento.
Okay, Sacramento. Gotcha,
Mm-hmm.
gotcha.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's only a local store.
It's a store called Target. So patronizing.
Just to mansplain it real quick.
Yeah. So I went to Target, and they said that they had them online, which is why I went there.
Mm-hmm.
I looked, because I had a hard time finding it in stores to begin with. And they're like, oh, they have a whole bunch in stock. And then I got there, like, oh, we don't have any here. We have one at a different location.
Shut
But I couldn't go that same day. So I went today to the other location. And they're like, no, we have them at the location I started at. And
okay, so they're liars.
Yeah. And the location I started at was like, it says that we have them coming in. So it's showing in stock, even though they're not in stock.
Dude, this chick is killing it.
Yep. Oh, truly. And I'm so happy for her. So I was trying to find them because I wanted to buy one for my mom, so that way she can read it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're going to love it. Because I also recommended The Nightingale. She's reading it right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
By Opus and Hannah. So I went to Barnes & Noble, and they had it there, of course.
Good,
so,
good.
So yeah. So I bought it for my mom, took it to her.
Sweet.
Yeah. I don't know why was the point of that? Don't know. Just to talk about it.
Re-emphasizing
How much we love the book.
How much we love the book, how much Delia Owens is killing it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
She's selling out left and right at our local Target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Targets. Plural.
Targets.
Targets. Exactly.
Does.
Yep. Because the closest one that was in stock was in Davis. And we have like 3
not close.
or 4. Yeah, it's
Not close.
30 minutes away.
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes
I
away.
can't finish all this wine that you poured in here. Like, I want to save room for beer.
You'll be fine.
No, I won't.
Pee.
Pee what? Pee who?
But we have to drink. It was a $45 bottle of wine in 2014.
I know, it's like $7,000 right now times. Do you like that?
I like it so much. Why is it so funny? Because it is. Because it's true. Inflation's real, you guys.
But didn't you know that as bad as Trump is, he's really helping the economy?
Can you shut your face right now?
I can't even say it with a straight face. Those are people's literal
words.
Those are their words. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, he's not that great, but he's really helped the economy. Guess how much I care about the economy? I don't. Guess how much I care about humanity? A lot of it.
A lot.
So,
also,
go to hell.
Nobody's going to say that once they get their taxes back this year. Which
I've already done it, and it was sad and depressing.
Sad pants.
Oh, you want to see some sad
Was it
pants?
sad pants?
It was so sad pants. Oh, you want me to selfie this shit right now? Say I won't. Why am I aggressive?
No, you're not mad at me. You're mad at Trump.
Just don't talk to me like this.
Soup skill.
So good.
Okay, so after he talks about marriage with her, he invites her to go with him. He has to go somewhere else in North Carolina. And he's like, it'll be a great way for us to get away. You know, we don't have to be around people around the town. We can just get up and go.
Yeah.
So he convinces her to go with him, and they check into a motel.
She kind of like begrudgingly goes. She's
like not really into it.
Fine, like my loser boyfriend wants to go. I guess I'll go. He's not a loser, but like whatever.
Yes.
He's a loser. He's a fucking loser.
You'll find out he's a loser. So, she goes with him, and they check into a motel, and she kind of like gets what's about to happen. And he's like, it's time, Kaya. It's...
Oh, my God.
He's telling her it's time.
It's time for me to murder you. It is time for me to end this relationship. It's time for me to take myself out on a girl's day.
I don't owe you anything,
It is
sir.
time
Just
for me...
because I've made you wait a year, like, you can fuck right off.
She's not ready.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have to do it if she doesn't want to. But she's kind of like, honestly, whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not like it's a big deal to her necessarily.
No.
In a sense where it's like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And it was, so they have sex, and it was completely unfulfilling.
I mean, literally not surprised. You know that he's the type of man that is just like, this is all for me. Don't give a shit about you and your needs and your wants and what feels good for you.
So there is a YouTube video, not YouTube, like there was a speech given by one of the actors from The Good Place.
Oh my God, Jamila.
Yes.
Don't.
Did you watch it?
I didn't. I saw like an Instagram. Yeah.
Wait, did we send it to each other? Maybe we did. Maybe that's how I saw it.
That is probably what happened.
Demi and I send each other so much stuff via Instagram, it's hard to keep it all straight.
We have problems.
Yes, I mean, like, I need you to know everything I'm thinking.
So,
when
like,
I'm thinking it.
I get on tangents where I find the best posts. Like, just one right after the other. They're, like, hilarious.
Fire.
I can't help it if my phone is literally on fire.
Yeah.
So I have to send Jess, and, like, in between the 6 of 12 messages, I'm like, I'm sorry I'm doing this to you, but you need to know all of these things.
And I do need to know.
I know.
Like, you know.
Thank you so much for understanding instead of being like, it's blocked. I can't see it. And then being like, send it. You say it's blocked, send it to me.
Because I need to see it.
That is friendship. Okay, everyone? That is fucking friendship. Like we were saying, Chase.
They went to the motel. They had the sex. It was
mediocre at best.
And after that, they go back home. Chase says, like, oh, okay, I'll come around Christmas. See you later. And Kaya spent Christmas alone with the goals, as she had every year since Ma left.
Yep.
And I got so sad about that.
I know. I was like, okay, so I was the whole time I was reading this, I was like, I don't trust Chase. But he kept proving me wrong and, like, showing up and being there and bringing her things and spending time with her. And then saying the wedding stuff, or the marriage stuff, I was like, okay, like, maybe we're getting a deeper side of him than what we typically get from the jocks, you know?
Exactly.
And so that's where I was like, okay. And I kind of put my guard down and I was like, all right, like, he's decent. He's sticking around. But when he didn't offer to bring her around on Christmas, I was like, it's weird.
It's very weird.
It's mean.
Yes, exactly. Especially if you're talking about marriage and you are spending so much time with her. You've put in a lot of effort to have sex with her, and now it's happened, and it's just like, okay, like, you have done a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it was just to freaking have sex with her.
Like, have her as a
consolation prize for all the hard work he's done.
You think so? I think it's like a compulsion for him. I think it's like, so, okay, let's move forward a little bit. Let's stay on the path of Chase and Kaya instead of going back and forth like the book does and just go all the way through to where we end. Okay, because I just have so many thoughts.
So initially, when he's dead, when they find his dead body, they talk about how he's had sex with a lot of women.
Right, in town,
and has had a lot of affairs.
Right.
So with that little nugget of information, we can kind of, I feel like I can see, like, okay, this was kind of his nature. Like, yeah, he put in a lot of legwork
with Kaya,
which is like, why?
Why?
Like, that is such a long game. It doesn't make sense to me to put in that much work. What? So you can be the one to say, like, I took her virginity? Virginity is such a stupid societal concept.
I know.
Don't even get me started.
I know. We shouldn't have,
I shouldn't have gone there.
No, I just mean, like, I feel like we kind of started on that a while ago. But, no, I fully agree with you. It is absolutely ridiculous. I just don't understand. Okay, so when Kaya and Tate were dating,
right,
in Tate's mind, he was going on about how he was so bothered that boys would go and like hit her front door, and then as they got older start talking about like, I'm gonna be the one to get the Marsh girl.
Right.
I just don't get it. I don't understand that.
I will never understand that mentality. And like we were saying about, we totally went on the topic and then we kind of diverged from it. The woman from The Good Place, Jamila.
Oh, right.
Had this whole Instagram post, like, or it was a post, but it was a speech she was giving about teaching boys
about sex.
Not just about sex, not just about the anatomy of sex. Not like your penis goes in a vagina, not this type of stuff.
No.
It was about like how sex should be like beautifully consensual.
Yes.
And should be fun and should be something that you enjoy and that the other person enjoys.
It's so, I hope in our generation, it is so taboo to talk about sex in a pleasurable way.
I don't get it.
It is so absolutely off the table.
And thankfully, at least in my experience, between women and friends that are, like, that is one of the best topics. Sorry, guys who don't want to know that women talk about sex, but we do.
Right. And I think also, like, it's, like, I don't know. I don't have a son. I don't have a daughter either. But, like, I don't have a son that I would feel comfortable. Like, of course I want to have that conversation about sex. I do feel it is your father's role as a male role model to say exactly what Jamila is saying. I don't think it would be great if we were just talking about sex all the time with kids.
Right.
I feel like if they're not mature about it and they're not ready for it, then don't do it.
So I was talking with my hairstylist Liz, who's also my friend, and she was like, when I have boys, I want to talk about sex with them. Which she's like, I want to start out talking about it young, but I don't want to just talk about it the one time. I don't want to tell them the birds and the bees. I don't want to talk about it one time. I want to bring it up throughout their adolescence, which I think it is important though. Like, yes, I think that fathers are going to be able to tell boys
their sons,
like, you know, this is what's going to happen when you get an erection. Sometimes you won't, like, they're going to be able to tell them things. But I think having women on the other side of it, like, we've all been women on, you and I, because we're straight, you know, have been women on that side where it's just like, we need to be seen as well. So if you are a mother that's able to tell her son, like, make sure the person that you're with, if it is with a woman,
is consenting and excited.
Exactly. So it's like,
not saying yes because you are putting pressure on it.
Exactly.
And
you want them to be consensually excited.
Yes.
Like, you want that. And I think that's important for moms to kind of, or like women in general, you know, moms especially, to kind of just make sure that everybody knows, not just like their sons, but they're like, you need to make sure that this is what you want. Because like you said, sex is taboo. It's so taboo, and especially in the 1960s.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, she's a Marsh girl, but like,
yes, it is the epitome of the double standard that happened in the 60s, where men could do whatever they want, and girls, if they were found out to have sex, then they were written off as whores.
Exactly.
But it's like, well, who's having sex with these girls? Oh, okay.
All the boys.
All the boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. And honestly, yeah, of course, times are changing, and like, I don't judge my female friends for having a lot of sexual partners.
I honestly don't have time to care about that.
But I don't. Like,
I don't care. I really don't.
As long as you're being safe in any situation.
And it's consent. Bottom line is it's safe and consensual. That's the bottom line.
Exactly.
It has been going on since the beginning of time, sex before marriage and whatever. So let's stop pretending that it's not happening.
Totally.
I just feel like our society is like still hanging on to this whole abstinence before marriage. And if that is your
ATM card.
Oh my gosh. If that is your religion, then okay.
And if that is your actual belief, totally fine.
Of course. I'm not saying you better go have sex now.
No. Not at all. But it's your consensual, like, you have to say when you want it. Nobody else can speak for you.
Do you hear us, Kaya?
Yeah, Kaya.
Let's bring it back to the book.
I know. That's really important to me, though. Like, this topic is so
I know.
important to me.
This book has really brought out a lot of, like, where do my beliefs lie here?
It truly has.
Yeah.
On the subject of periods, of sex.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So Chase where are we going from there? Because we want to keep on the chase train for a little bit.
We're staying on the chase train. So Christmas, he not abandons her, but he just is a no-show on Christmas.
Like, you don't want to come around Christmas parties. You don't want to do all this.
Right.
But Tate sees him out with other women doing
at a
the
dance
Christmas
or
parties.
something.
Yeah,
Yep.
Exactly. And
isn't he talking about, or no? What is he talking? Tate overhears Chase saying something. What does he say?
About Kaya, yeah. Tate finally gets up the courage to go see Kaya.
Yeah.
To warn her about Chase.
Yes.
Because he sees him at these Christmas parties. And he tells Kaya.
What is your yes, queen note?
So I have, yes, queen. It says, Tate is coming up to her lagoon. And Kaya spots Tate and is just like, fuck you, dude. I didn't hear from you.
Oh, this is the first time she's seen him. Oh,
yep.
Yes.
And so she picks
I guess we're not on the chase train.
I know. There's so much to happen.
I know.
Her next thought was to pick up a rock, and she hurled it at his face from 20 feet.
Get it, girl. And
then she's like, shit, Kaya, what the hell? Wait. And Kaya, for God's sake, please stop, blah, blah, blah. Get out of my goon, blah, 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 blah. And Tate's like, I know you're with Chase now, just hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out about Chase. You don't know what he's up to. The other night, I saw him drive away with a blonde in his pickup.
Yep.
And so it's just basically, he's bragging that
Chase is scamming.
And this is what you were talking about that Chase said. He was basically saying that Kaya was a wild sphinx. He was like, "Oh, she's wild." Minx. She's a cat from Egypt. She's a sphinx. Or
she
Minx, whatever.
Is a mummy.
Yeah.
She's terrible in bed. Terrible in bed, just lays there. She's also a dead body. Yeah. Hey, wait. Oh my God, Ted Bundy? Where'd you come from? Okay, we're done. Goodbye. Thank you. Sphinx.
I was going to say that, but I was laughing before I could say Sphinx.
So Kai is a Sphinx. Got it. Okay, Brendan Fraser comes on screen.
Yes. He is dealing with The Rock.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, I love The Rock so much.
Sidebar. Okay.
Okay.
So, Wild Minx.
Wild Minx. And so then we can finally come to terms with Chase being the worst. And all of our nightmares come true in that because he really just lived up to his expectations.
Yep. This is exactly what he says. Are you ready for this?
Oh, okay.
So Chase is chatting with two of his old high school teachers, and he says, yeah, she's wild as a she-fox in a snare.
Wait a minute. He says that to his teachers?
His old high school friends that are teachers, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Chatting with two of his old high school teachers. Yep. With the actual teachers.
Okay.
Freak.
Ew, what a freak.
Which shows you, this guy in a small town, jock in a small town, can literally say anything.
And do... Okay, go on. Sorry.
Okay, so, yeah, she's wild as a she-fox in a snare. Just what you'd expect from a marsh Sphinx. Worth every bit of the gas money.
I am gonna go...
Fuck Chase.
No, I'm not.
No,
punch him.
Punch him.
I hate that guy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I was like, okay, fuck Chase then.
Yeah, fine. We knew it, and you just, okay.
Yep. Kaya breaks it off with Chase after that. Mm-hmm. He tries to come back, and...
She's like, no, thanks.
No, goodbye.
Don't need you. I have my goals.
So not quite breaks off, as we just said.
Whoops.
So she doesn't completely believe Tate, because she hasn't seen anything herself. But while Tate does come visit her, he convinces her to give her some of his drawings because he's like, I think I can get you published.
That's how this starts.
Yeah, so she, obviously, Kaya knows the marsh more than anybody because she's a marsh girl. And Tate convinces her to give her some of her drawings so that way he can, because he went to college to study ecology.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, if you give me some of this stuff, I can bring it to a publisher and we can actually have updated information on marsh life.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons, besides warning her about Chase, is to also get her to, have a better income than just digging for mussels.
Yeah.
So
she's still with Chase.
Okay, so just the next chapter after that, she's still with Chase because she is talking about how he came and was playing on his harmonica, playing Molly Malone. And it says, it seems to Kaya that when Chase plays these melancholy tunes was when he had the most soul. So after that, a couple chapters later, Kaya goes into town because she wants to make like a nice dinner for Chase, and comes up on Chase with his friends, and his arm is draped around a girl.
Oh, here we go.
And like he introduced like, oh, Kaya, you know these people, and she's like, oh, right, but she's never met them before. And she's like, okay, well, you know, I guess I'll see you later. And she picks up a newspaper, because she never typically buys one, and brings it back home. And in the newspaper is an engagement announcement for Chase
and the blonde girl.
Yeah, which is
that his arm was draped around, like exactly. Patty something. I don't even know.
Remember.
Something basic. I am so curious. Okay, cheaters always blow my mind because I'm like, how do you have the time?
I don't know.
How do you have the time? And like, maybe it's hard in a book to convey like how much time he's actually spending with her. Like maybe it's just once a week or a couple times a week.
Well, once he sleeps with her, it is only like once a week or a couple times a month when he comes on the weekends.
Right.
It is like one weekend out of the month. But initially, he puts in a lot of work.
I know.
To get with her.
Yeah.
But like, we know plenty of people that cheat on their significant others.
Yeah.
You know, I've met plenty of people. We hear of plenty of people, and I'm like,
how?
And
like, why?
I know.
Why put in all of this effort just to cheat and have sex? Like,
I don't know.
Just be single and have sex. Why hurt someone? Yeah. Why make sure that you hurt someone in the process?
It doesn't make any sense to me. It's definitely like insecurity.
Yeah.
It's like they definitely have issues probably with being alone in the end.
Yep.
But when she finally finds out about Chase, it's like she's pissed off about it. She realizes that she never really loved him.
Yeah. She knew that.
Yeah. It says she knew it wasn't Chase she mourned, but a life defined by rejections. Like, how crazy.
Always. Yeah. She is constantly let down by everybody. So she's just kind of like used to this routine.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, the next big thing that happens is Jody comes back, her brother.
Yep. And
perfect timing too.
Truly, because and he finds her because he sees a book of hers in a store and is like, wait.
So Tate followed through. Let's just say that too, is that Tate actually wasn't saying stuff to like build her hopes up and make her trust him. It was because he actually believes in her.
Right, exactly. So, and thinks that what she knows about the marsh is actually going to help with
preservation and blah, blah, blah.
So Jody shows up and it was like, I saw this book with your name. I wasn't sure if it was really you, but I figured the first place to start was the last place I saw you, and here you are.
So sweet.
And at this point, she's already like cleaned up the house. She has money from her book. She's able to like put in plumbing and put in all these things.
Yeah, she does all the things.
Yeah, well, she should. She's earned it.
Yeah.
And he comes back and he's like, he's so apologetic.
It's such a good reunion.
It is. He's like, I'm so sorry I left you. That was so wrong of me. And she's like, but you were a kid too.
Totally.
What were you supposed to do?
Right.
You couldn't live with this abusive alcoholic.
Yep.
And she asks about Ma. They talk about Ma. He's like, he got in touch with their aunt.
Sad.
And when she was 20 years old, 2 years before she sees Jody, Ma passes away. Not only does Ma pass away, her whole entire life was spent feeling super guilty about leaving her kids.
Yep. She just went kind of crazy.
She went crazy. And throughout the rest of her life, when she did break psychologically, she was painting pictures of the kids.
And of Kaya and Tate.
And Jody, like the freaking cute little romantic he is, was just like, why are you still so mad at Tate? You guys were kids when he left you. Why don't you forgive him for leaving you?
Yeah. So they end up having like a few days together to like reconnect and touch, rekindle that friendship and
brother sister
bond. Yeah. So that's great.
It is great. Unfortunate that happened with Ma, but
I know.
Yeah. And then okay. So we find out Kaya's going around the marsh. She wants to go study. Was it where shells were when she runs into Chase again? She hasn't seen Chase in a while. Is that what it was? Shells? She goes to a beach to go observe something. and somebody comes up behind her.
And
it's Chase.
Okay, yes. I know. Yeah, I think it was Shells. I think you're right. And then so doesn't she go back to the cabin? And in her cabin, and she's like Chase comes up and is talking to her, or was he? Because he was fishing.
She runs away. Yeah, she runs away at that point. Like she runs and like he's coming up. This is like when they like broke up. When he goes and she sees the name in the papers. This was like, when she was 21, I guess. But this time she's 22 when we meet Jody. But he comes up to the house and is like looking for her, screaming for her, and sees that she read in the paper that he was engaged. Oh, so this is when this stuff happens. Okay. So we're getting into some nitty gritty stuff.
Some gross stuff.
Some horrible stuff. The stuff I don't want to happen.
I know.
Nobody wants to happen. Let's be real. So she's taken her boat to go like study some parts of the marsh, and she hears somebody coming up behind her, and she turns around and it's Chase. And Chase is drunk from what I remember.
Yeah, she said breakfast whiskey.
Yeah, breakfast whiskey.
Gross.
And he tries to rape her.
Basically, like he says, "You're mine." And you didn't think that we would actually get married, did you? Like, of course that couldn't happen. And she's like, wait a minute, you're the one that said this. I never asked this of you. I never wanted this from you. Nope. And like, you're the one that came up with all of this. Yeah. And yet here you are when you're married. Like, I want nothing to do with you. And Correct. He's like, you're mine. And yeah, he tries to rape her. Yep. And she fights him off.
Like with a lot, like it took a lot to fight him off because she's a lot smaller than him. Yep. And the part that grosses me out the most is he still wears that fucking shell necklace around him. It's a token for him. Yep. It's like, obviously he hasn't, not we know of, murdered anybody, but it's like a token for him. And it just makes me so sick. It's
just such a narcissistic thing to do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so she fights him away, starts kicking him in the balls, kicking him in the back, and two fishermen out to sea kind of spot her.
Doing that to him.
And
like running away and pulling her pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to pull her pants up and getting on her own boat and like fleeing the scene basically and screaming at him like, if you ever come near me again, I'm going to kill you. But it's like, okay, what did you, how else would you interpret that? You think that she would just do that because she felt like it?
In the 1960s,
women are crazy.
Women are crazy. They're manic. You know, whatever situation. He's the most popular guy in the whole town. And, you know, what he says is going to go anyway. Yeah. And she's the crazy marsh girl. She's the wild marsh girl.
That's what she's known for.
Yeah. And honestly, even if she wasn't a marsh girl, she still would have been the crazy one.
Right.
I mean, history has proved that time and time again.
Yep.
Also, between this time, like, so after Jody visits, she also publishes another book. And, you know, she's making a decent living. I do have to mention Jumpin', being the proud little, you know, adopted pop that he is.
Right.
Essentially, he puts her books in his window, and I think it's just so cute that he does that. And then we go into, basically, the cops trying to figure out what happened to Chase. Like, why is he dead? A whole bunch of people start coming forward and
with stories, yeah,
so it's the woman from the Five and Dime that says they saw Kaya get on a bus to go out of town, right? And they're like, okay, well, let's look into this a little bit more. Could she have come back the same day and made it look like
she was gone,
right? And they find out she could have gone.
I mean, okay, so they say that she could have. Realistically, in the grand, like, timeline wise, probably not. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. I still don't know for sure if she's done it or not. Honestly, though, like, if she did, good for her. Like,
yeah, but I mean, okay, so that happened on August 30th.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I can't.
1969.
I wish I knew the dates because I want to know the time between when Kaya was attacked by Chase and when he was murdered. Because if it was like a year, which is what I'm picturing for some reason.
Wait, for what exactly? Like,
okay, between the time that Kaya was attacked by Chase and almost raped from the time he was murdered.
It's just a few months.
I just, like, no. Knowing her as well as I do.
Her completely.
I just don't think that she would snap like that.
Yeah, unless we haven't read if something's happened to her a second time.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah, we still have a fourth of the book to read.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't quite know for sure. But
Okay.
it is just a few months.
Okay.
From when this attack happens with her on the beach and she gets away to when he is murdered.
Okay.
So they finally find enough incriminating. The cops go to her house and find the red fibers.
Yeah, in the red cap.
It's a red beanie, right? Like essentially a beanie, I guess, a red hat. And they find these fibers. They're trying to get her at jump-ins when she gets gas, but they keep missing her.
Yeah, she's evading them for sure.
For sure. And Tate and Jump-In are like, oh, she never really, I don't know when she comes around, have no idea. So one of the mornings, Kaya goes into Jump-In's, and Jump-In doesn't jump up from his chair. She just sees him standing there, and he just is shaking his head like, no. Like, no. And she's like waving at him, like, hey. And he's like,
nope, not participating.
And all of a sudden, all these boats swarm her, and she's trying to get away. And she wants to, like, jump out of the boat. Into the water and see how far she can swim. But they end up grabbing her because they have enough evidence, enough circumstantial evidence, the red fibers. She could have gotten to and from, wherever she was in a city. And she has motive because these guys come forward and say, like, I saw her on the beach kicking him and saying, like, I'm going to kill you if I see you again. Which is so unfortunate.
I know.
Yep. So she gets a lawyer and...
She gets a pro bono lawyer.
Yeah, he wants to help her.
Yeah.
I hope he
so
has to be a good
What's his name? Elliot or something?
Sure. or maybe it's Tom? Is that what it was?
Tom who?
Tom Milton? Tim Milton? Tom Milton.
Like I said, Elliot.
Yeah. Sure. Tom Milton.
Tom Milton. That's what I said, and I'm sticking to it.
Yep. So he's the one that wants to help her. Yeah, so now she's going to be charged for his murder, and that's pretty much where we
left off. Yeah.
Like, I just want her and Tate to end up together.
I know.
I want them to, finally have their moment.
I know.
Like,
I think she I think she needs to forgive him.
Me too. Yeah. I think she kind of finally gets something. Like, she was beaten up by Chase on the beach. Like, she was smacked by him.
Yeah, black eye, swollen shut. Yeah.
She even, when she got back to her home, didn't even stay there because she was worried Chase was going to come after her. Went to the reading cabin and, like, took some supplies and, like, went there and hid out and was waiting up at night to see if she could hear him.
Yep.
She was that afraid. And it's just... And then she was like, fuck it, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to go back home.
My house. Yep. My rules. Exactly. I'll kill you.
Yeah. Don't come on my property. So, at this point, we're at chapter 42, and we finished the book.
We're done.
I'm so excited.
I know. I need to know.
I can't wait.
So bad.
Yep. Definitely need to know. No matter what, it was warranted, okay?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he's probably raped a girl. Probably.
I'm sorry, but, like...
No, I'm not.
No. I'm just, like, I was about to get, like, intense with it. But truly, I'm sure there's a lot of things that the fact that so many people are like, oh, yeah, he's been hooking up with women left and right. Yeah. If he's willing to rape somebody on a beach in broad daylight, he's willing to do that. Any old time. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do one question this week. Yeah. And also one diary entry. Yeah. Also, happy President's Day. Demi and I are both doing this super early on a Monday because we both have today off. Yeah. And it's pretty great. So...
I'm sorry, this diary.
I'm so excited for your diary.
Cracking me up.
Also, oh my god. Also,
no.
Okay, so my hairstylist, Liz, I've talked about her a few times already.
Oh, okay.
She is obsessed with these diary entries. But also, she was talking to me about how her brother-in-law reads her sister's, his wife's, diary entries in, like, a voice.
No.
And I am dying
to my god,
listen.
I need to know that.
So, I was talking to her, I was like, if he will record them, like, we'll play them.
Yes.
And 100%. So, I'm going to talk to her more.
Oh, I would love nothing more, actually.
how great would
I would
that
love
be?
it.
If you want to send us to Can I Just Say One Thing? The one is the number one at gmail.com.
Guys, give us your diary entries.
Give us the diary entries.
You can change names and we'll read them in voices because this one is Buck. Like this is
Buck
mad Demetra.
Yeah. Ooh,
She's
like
a
Demetra.
mad girl.
She's a mad girl.
Yeah, she's a mad girl.
So yes, we can also still answer questions like we've been getting.
Totally. Yeah.
But diary entries would be great.
So great.
Yeah. But please send them in, or honestly send a voice recording in and we'll play it.
That would be so fun.
And
please.
If you can't fathom to write us an email, go on to Instagram and just DM us.
We want it.
There's also an email button to just hit the email button.
Yeah.
So it's super easy. Please do that. Our Instagram is Can I Just Say One Thing?
At gmail.com.
No, that's the Instagram.
Okay. That's what I said. Gotta.
Okay, so it's not necessarily a question. It's kind of just like...
Okay.
So my boyfriend has had three relationships. My boyfriend has had 3 relationships. He has old diaries, postcards, sexy notes, photos, and business cards of his exes. On his computer, he's had nude pictures of his ex-girlfriend, and in his phone, he has a lot of photos of his ex-girlfriend. He told me he would get rid of it and just hid it out of place instead.
I immediately am creeped out. Mm-hmm. I think that is so disturbing, and I my mind isn't going like, oh, he probably uses those to like masturbate to or whatever, to be. I'm thinking I'm sorry, did you say naked?
He has some naked ones, but not of like every.
I think that he has those for like blackmail.
Oh, I would think so too. Yeah.
That is so worrisome. And if you can see them, you should delete them.
Mm-hmm. So there are a few levels I think of when I'm thinking of this question. If he has nude pictures, I definitely think of blackmail.
Yes.
If he has like notes and stuff like that, I have a lot of notes from my exes. I have like 30-something poems from my exes that I would also like to read on here. But
yeah.
But like I have a whole bunch of like just kind of like I have like pictures from like prom or military ball or whatever. Not prom because I never went, but like military. I
go to prom.
I never went to prom.
What?
Military ball is the only thing I went to. So like I have stuff like that where it's like, yeah, of course I'm going to keep those pictures. I don't have pictures of him on my Instagram or Facebook, of course.
Mm-mm.
So that's not okay. I don't think, the nude pictures are a red flag.
So unacceptable.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
That's so worrisome to me.
That's scary. Like, why does he need to have those? Mm-hmm. And I mean,
even if they weren't used for blackmail, it's still like, okay, then you're not over your ex.
Right.
That's it. Like, that's all I'm getting from this.
Absolutely. So, I mean, honestly, proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Is this
100%.
guy worth it? Because it seems a little iffy. It would be one thing if it was just like notes and like a couple of pictures that he has like printed out. But like, it definitely doesn't seem so safe, I guess.
Yeah.
And a special treat.
Here's our diary. This is from August 2nd, September 2nd, 2003.
So you're 13.
Dear diary, couple things. 1, Larry likes me. Yeah, since I heart him too. 2, Tay is like my BF now, and she called me earlier last night and she was just sobbing, and I was like, oh my god, Tay, what's wrong? And Kayla Seth was her friend, and she kept on saying, oh, you're totally ditching us and hanging out with Demetra, and I kept telling Tay to ignore her and keep hanging with us. So she called me and she's all, Kayla's mom just cussed me out on the phone, and I'm hella pissed at her fucking mom. Here's what I'm going to say to her. Okay.
Ready for this.
Kayla, what the fuck is your prob? You are so mean to Tay. Why are you so mean to Tay? Just because she's deciding to hang out with me, which, by the way, makes perfect sense because, who wants to hang out with you anyways? You were just a hole in the road where Taylor slipped and I came along and helped her out, and you have no right to criticize her. Neither does your mom, and that just shows how childish you are to have your mother call her and try, keyword try, tell her off, and I am done telling you off. Bye-bye. I'm going to have Anya, Lily, Alana, Erin, and whoever else wants to tag along, but screw her. How could anyone do that to her? She is so sweet. I don't get it. Bye. Love always. Dimitropoulos. I heart Larry. P.S. Taylor is not sweet.
Oh, you were mad. Mad girl. 13 years old.
13 and wild.
13 and wild. That should be a show on MTV.
And just reading 13-year-old diary entries.
Oh my God.
I would like kill.
Don't take our idea.
Ugh. Oh my God.
I love it so much. I love like how much I wish you guys could see this. She like would write a word in caps and then underline it.
Oh, mother. When I said mother, like mother.
Also, like, why is the mom fighting the battles though?
Why is she there?
I don't
Get
know.
out, Kayla's mom.
Yeah. I love it so much.
So good. Okay.
So we're done.
We're done. Okay.
Finish Where the Crawdads Sing. Oh, I did tell you. Yes, I did. Oh my God. I told you I bought it for my mother, right? Yeah, I just fucking told you that.
You said that.
Already, like an hour ago.
You told us about your mom, your mother.
I'm also just going to be buying this book for everybody.
I know.
Birthday,
It's such a good gift.
It
like,
is.
learn about it, okay?
When I bought it at Barnes & Noble, too, the lady was like, this is such a good book. You're going to really like it. I'm like, I'm already reading it. It's
Don't
great.
talk to me like that, lady.
Don't talk down to me. I already know it's a good book.
Don't patronize me here.
Okay, I'm
I have a podcast, actually?
where I'm talking about it?
The book club.
Book Club Podcast.
Oops.
Join us.
Oops, I woke up Scarlet.
Oop.
Need to Scarlet.
We have to take a
Sorry.
picture of Scarlet.
We do.
So yeah, please email us your diary entries.
Email, download, rate, subscribe. Do all the things.
Okay, goodbye. Love always.
Love always.